Hey everyone, welcome to the Final Cut. Mark the Movie Man here. So glad you could join us today. Today we are looking at an anthology film. Yes, that's right. It is called The 100 Candles Game, or 100 Candles. And it is brought to us by Devilworks and Black Mandala Cinema. And we basically are given a story of a group of four individuals who play this game called the 100 Candles Game. And what it is you light 100 candles around in a circle, you sit within the circle, and you tell stories. And with each story, you take the candle, and then you go into another room, stare at a mirror, blow the candle out, and you start the next story with the next person until all 100 candles are blown out. And supposedly you start to see more creepy stuff happening, and it could possibly open a portal to another world. And so we see these series of shorts as the horror stories that these individuals are telling one another as the night moves on. I really enjoyed this anthology. Now, what was interesting is a good chunk of them were child in peril type stories, which I thought was an interesting theme. Not all of them, but the good majority of them were. So I thought that was an interesting theme with these shorts, and all of them were solid. And we're going to just break down the ones that we see in here. The wraparound story, first to address it, is interesting. It's creepy. I liked that story quite a bit. It serves its purpose of connecting loosely these short films together. So I did like that story as well, but these shorts are solid for sure, all of them. We had in here one called A Little Taste, which I loved. A Little Taste. Oh, wow, that one was creepy. It was very simple approach to it, but I loved it. And there's some great makeup effects as well. Great atmosphere with it. I loved the location where they shot it at. And basically that's just a little girl on a teeter-totter who runs across another little girl who's been running in the woods. Woods that is got some history to it of possibly witches living there. And we see how that all plays out. Lovely, creepy, great way to start this anthology. We also get one in here called BEC, which we've actually reviewed on the show for one of the festivals. It's great to see that this short is finally out in the world for many people to see. Black-Eyed Child, a very creepy story with an older lady who's ill, who is being tormented by a black-eyed child, one of those mythical, supernatural kids that are actually demons. And yeah, that one's wild too. A little bit evenly paced and not a lot of action, but a whole lot of atmosphere with that one. There's Blight, which is this kind of almost a period piece, which ended not the way I thought it would, but involves a demonic possession, which I thought was really well acted and really cut some tension in there. Tension-filled moments were edited very well together. And of course, with all shorts, you have that little bit of stinger at the end, a little bit of 90-degree angle. You thought it was about this, but it's actually about this. And yeah, this definitely is one of those prime examples of that. When Demons Die, that one was, I did not expect it to go where it did, and I was happy it did. I thought it was a very interesting approach to the subject it had, and it's definitely one of those where you're going to go, wow, and then you put all the pieces together. So that one was great. The Visitant I've seen before as well. The Visitant is one of those perspective films where you're seeing it from the perspective of one person, and that may or may not be the reality of what's going on. Got some great special effects in that one as well. There is a creature that shows up in there that just is creepy and just looked so fantastic in that short as well. Buried Alive was an interesting one, not for the claustrophobic. You can guess what that one is about, and that one was well directed. And then there's Drip, which I think is probably the one that could have been shortened a bit. I know it's a short, but it's about a woman who's being tormented. She gets a new place, but she soon finds her cell phone has a picture of her sleeping at night, which is creepy as hell because there's no one else in her apartment. So that starts the ball rolling on some very creepy things. And while the events play out, we see a flashback of what could be the cause of what she's going through. And I liked how that played out. I liked where it went. I thought it just took a little extra time than it needed to get there. So yeah, that's the collection of shorts that we have here. All again, those solid, high produced productions that really set an atmosphere and a tone that are similar and will definitely creep you out if you're watching this in a darkened room, especially with someone else. So yeah, it's almost like watching a film festival, a little mini film festival with these anthologies. And it's great to see that these indie shorts that are really well done are getting a wide mass distribution in this format. So check it out. I highly recommend the 100 Candles game, or 100 Candles. Especially if you're a fan of short films and anthology films, these indie ones are definitely worth a watch. And that'll about do it for us here on The Final Cut. Please check out our Patreon if you haven't already. And of course, that AMA, July 9th, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, we will be live here taking your questions about our 15 years here on the YouTube. We'll be doing some commentary on some videos and maybe another couple surprises if I can work it out by then. So I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for your support. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.